Dear students, welcome to the science class. So in the last class we were discussing about the work and energy. In that work and energy we discussed about the kinetic energy, that is nothing but Ek is equal to half mv square. So in the last class we were started with the potential energy, that is nothing but Ep is equal to mg. That is nothing but Ep is equal to what? mgh. Since it is also an energy, its SI unit will be joules only. It is the form of the energy, because of that thing its SI unit is the joules only. Right. So what is the potential energy here? Potential energy is nothing but it is the energy stored in that object while doing some work. Right. We already know that if I going to keep this whatever it is, the duster, if I want to put this duster at some height, so whatever the work I am going to do on this duster, it is going to store in that duster as energy. So whatever the energy it is going to store in this duster is nothing but what? It is the potential energy of this duster. Right, but in this topic we are going to discuss about the potential energy related to the height only. Potential energy related to the height. Now if you want to, in general way, if you want to know about the potential energy is nothing but what? It is the energy stored. It is the energy stored. So if you want to check, take a cell or take a battery. So in that battery there will be storage of the charge. So that is nothing but it is the potential energy of that battery. So when you connect a wire, that potential energy is going to transfer. It's going to transfer. There will be a change in that potential energy. So we are not considering that thing. We are just considering the potential energy due to height only. So we are going to keep an object at some height. So whatever the height we are going to keep, that is nothing but if there the height is there in between that object and the ground, then this object is going to acquire potential energy. So the acquirement of the potential energy is equal to what? It is the work done on this object to take that object from the ground to this point. So what will be height we are going to take? With what reference we are going to take the height here? We are going to take the height from the sea level. From the sea level, that is nothing but from the zero level. So whatever the height will be there, it is we are going to take from the sea level. Now we are going to see an example. By that example we are actually going to know how does potential energy is going to work. So this is the ground surface, and we are keeping a box at height h, having the mass m. Right. So to keep that object, we are following the path, this path. We are following this path. So if this is the object which is kept on the ground, we are going to take that object and we are putting the object here, and we are taking this path. So we are keeping this object at height h. So again what we are going to do here, we are going to take same object again, another same object having the same mass, but in this condition what we are going to do, we are going to follow first this path. I am going to take this object like this, then I am going to change its path like this, in this way. Again I am going to change this path like this, again I am going to change this path like this, and I am going to keep the object here at same height again, at the same height h. So here in this case I am going to take the object like this, here in this case I am going to take the object like this, and like this. Right. Now what will be the potential energy in both the cases? The potential energy in both the cases will be mgh only. So in both the cases the potential energy is mgh. So that it doesn't depend on this potential energy doesn't depend on the path in which we are going to do the work on that object, so that it is going to acquire this position. But it is directly proportional to the height. If I keep this object here in this path, then also the potential energy of this object will be the same of this object, since height is same. So we are not going to consider this path, we are just considering the height. If we take any other example also, if we are going to keep the object anywhere, we are directly going to consider the height, that is nothing but that potential energy is going to store in that object. Right? In the same manner, if you throw a ball like this, in this direction we are going to throw a ball. Right? So the ball is acquiring this much distance. This much distance. So the potential energy of this object will be from this much distance? No. So if you are throwing the ball from this ground, that is nothing but here also the potential energy acquired by this ball is going to be calculated by the height which is going, this ball is going, at which it is going. So this much height we are going to consider. The acquirement of the potential energy of this object will be the directly proportional to the height at which it is going. Not the distance covered but the height. So whichever path, whichever direction is going, we have to consider the height of that object to calculate the potential energy. So for that reason we have the formula EP is equal to mgh, small mgh. So EP we already know that EP is directly proportional to the what? Mass of the object. As mass of the object increases, potential energy of that object is going to increase. Since g is the constant, it has the value of 9.81 meter per second square, and h and EP is also directly proportional to the h. It is directly proportional to the h. So as h increases, the potential energy of that object is going to increase. Right? So this is about the potential energy. So next we are going to see some numericals which is given in your textbook as examples. So let us consider example 11.5 here. Find the energy possessed by an object of mass 10 kg when it is at height of 6 meter above the ground. Given z is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So what they are given in this problem statement here, we have to calculate the energy possessed by an object having the mass of 10 kg which is kept at 6 meter height. So this object is kept at a 6 meter height. This object is kept at 6 meter height from the ground, having mass 10 kg. We have to calculate the energy possessed by this object. Energy possessed by this object. So what will be the energy possessed by this object? For that reason, first we have to write down the given data here. So see here, in the given data they are given the mass of the object. So mass of the object, that is nothing but m is equal to how much they are given? They are given 10 kgs. They are given 10 kgs. Next, what they are given here? They are given the height of the object from the ground. So height of the object from the ground. Height of the object from the ground. That is nothing but what? Which is given as the h, which is equal to how much? It is given as 6 meters. 6 meters, right? So there is 10 kgs. So then what they are given? They are given the acceleration due to gravity value. So therefore, acceleration due to gravity, which is given as g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. 9.8 meter per second square. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the energy possessed by this object, that nothing but the potential energy. Since there is a height here, so the height is nothing but it is acquiring some potential energy. So we have to calculate the potential energy acquired by the object. So the potential energy acquired by the object, that is nothing but what? EP is equal to question mark. That is nothing but what? EP is equal to question mark. So we know the formula for the potential energy, that is nothing but EP is equal to mgh. So put the values of m, g and h. So m is nothing but what? 10 into what is the value of g here? That is nothing but 9.8. So h is nothing but how much? It is equal to 6. So 9.8 times how much? It is equal to 98 into 6. 98 into 6, so 6 8 is 48. 6 9 is 54. 5 88 joules. So 80 is equal to how much? It is equal to 588 joules. So the energy acquired by this object when it is kept at the 6 meter height from the ground, having mass 10 kg, is equal to how much? It is equal to 588 joules. Right. Now let us consider the second question here. Example 11.6 here. An object of mass 12 kg is at a certain height above the ground. If the potential energy of the object is 480 joules, find the height at which the object is with respect to the ground. Given that G value is equal to 10 meter per second square. So in this problem statement is given an object having the mass 12 kg is kept at a certain height. So we don't know the height, we don't know the value of the height, at which height it is kept. But if the potential energy of that object is equal to 480 joules, then what will be the height at which this object is kept? So if you see here, this is the ground level. We are keeping the object at this height. That is nothing but here having the mass. How much mass it is having? 12 kg. So what will be the height of this object if the potential energy acquired by this object is equal to 480 joules? 480 joules. For that reason, first we have to write down the given data here. So what they are given here? They are given the mass of the object. They are given mass of the object, that is nothing but what? M is equal to how much it is? It is equal to 12 kg. Then what they are given here? They are given the potential energy of that object. So potential energy of that object, that is nothing but AP is equal to how much, which is given as 480 joules. 480 joules. Then what they are given here? They are given the value of G is equal to 10 meter per second square. So I am going to take it as G is equal to how much? It is equal to 10 meter per second square. So we have to calculate the height of the object. Therefore, height of the object that is nothing but h is equal to quotient mark. So we know the formula, that is nothing but EP is equal to 1 again, m into G into h. So substitute the values of everything. So EP is given as 480. What is m here, which is given as 12? What is the value of G here, which is given as 10? What is the value of h here? We don't know. Right. So 0 0 get cancelled. 12 1 is 12 4 is. Therefore h is equal to how much? It is equal to 4 meters. H is equal to how much? It is equal to 4 meters. Since everything is given in meter per second square, so the height will be equal to how much? It is equal to 4 meters. Therefore, the object is kept at 4 meter height from the ground. So this is the answer for the question number, example number 11.6. So we discussed about the various forms of the energy, that is nothing but kinetic as well as potential energy. So we are going to discuss now, are various energy forms are interconvertible? That is nothing but one form of energy can be converted into the another form. Is it possible? If you take an example here, we are going to take the example of the fossil fuels. That is nothing but coal. So the fossil fuels, when you burn that fossil fuels, it is going to do a chemical reaction. So it contains the chemical energy. When we heat it, the chemical energy is going to convert it into the heat energy. See here, there is the conversion is coming. Right. So that from that heat energy, heat energy is utilized for the doing the mechanical energy, mechanical work. So this heat energy is again transferred into the mechanical form. That mechanical energy can be utilized for the production of the electrical energy. That mechanical energy is utilized for the production of the electrical energy. In the thermal power plant, if you see here, we are going to produce the electrical energy by using the coal. So what are the different processes that are happening here? That fossil fuel chemical energy first is converted into the heat energy, then it is converted into the mechanical energy, then it is converted into the electrical energy. So if you see here, all the forms of the energy are interconvertible. So we are converting one form of energy into the another form. In the same manner, if you remember the 7th class, in that 7th class we studied about the nutrition in the plants. In that topic we studied about the photosynthesis. So how does actually photosynthesis happens in the plants? Right, they have the leaves. On that leaves they are going to prepare their own food. So from where does they are getting the energy? They are getting the energy from the sun as the sunlight. So sunlight is the form of the energy, right? So from that sunlight, what they are doing here? That sunlight they are absorbing and they are converting that sunlight into the chemical energy. And that chemical energy they are utilizing for the growth of that plant. Again there is the conversion in the energy. In the same manner, for what purpose we are going to eat the food? For the energy purpose only. So how does that food is giving energy to us? So food contains some nutrients. That nutrients are going to do the chemical energy in our body. Because of that chemical energy, we are going to do the mechanical work. So that is converting into the mechanical energy, or we are going to do some muscular work. So that thing is converting into the muscular energy. Right. So for example, if you take the muscular energy, if we want to throw this duster, what I am going to do, I am going to utilize the chemical energy which is produced inside our body, which is converted into the mechanical energy, and I am going to throw this duster like this. So this mechanical energy again transferred to this duster. So this duster acquiring the energy from us. So this thing are going to happen when nothing but the various forms of the energy are interconvertible. They are going to convert into some other energy forms. Right, like nothing but fossil fuel, chemical, heat, mechanical. If in the same way if you take the solar cells, solar cells are going to store the sunlight energy, and if they are going to convert that sun energy or sunlight to the electrical energy. Right, in the same way, if you take any other example, those things are interconvertible. Right, if you take the electrical energy here, which is used for the ironing your shirts or ironing your clothes. So that electrical energy is converted into the heat energy. Again, there is the conversion. Right. So it is possible that various forms of energy are interconvertible. Right. So what may be the total energy here? If they are interconvertible, what will be the total amount of energy here? So that total amount of energy can be calculated by using the law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. So what is the law of conservation of energy? So we are going to see that thing by taking an example. So I am going to take an example that nothing but it is a ground surface. It is a ground surface, and we are going to keep an object at height h having mass m. Object is kept at height h from the ground surface, so that it is going to come in the contact of the gravitational force. So there is a G is acting here. That is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. So if you are keeping the object at height h having mass m, so what will be the energy here? Energy of this thing, that is nothing but it is going to have the potential energy. That is nothing but AP is equal to mgh. AP is equal to mgh. Right. Now what we are going to do here, we are going to drop that object from that height, so that this object is going to fall towards the earth like this, in the downward direction. So if this object is falling towards the earth, what will happen here? The height is going to get reduced here. Height is reducing when the object starts to fall towards the ground. So if the height is reducing, then what is going to happen to the potential energy of that object? It is also going to get reduced. It is also going to get reduced. So what starting, it has the mgh energy, it has the maximum energy. When it starts to fall towards the ground, it is losing its energy. It's losing its energy. So where that energy is going getting, we already know that energies are interconvertible. So that if the object is falling towards the ground, which has some potential energy, as height decreases, that potential energy of that object is also going to decrease. So where does that energy is going? Where does that energy is going here? So whatever the object which is falling, that is nothing but when at this position, the object is at rest position. Now object starts to fall towards the ground, what will happen? It starts to move in the downward direction. Right? It starts to move in the downward direction. Then what does it mean? It is in motion. It is in motion. So we already know that some object, all the objects are going to acquire energy due to its motion. That energy is nothing but what? It is the kinetic energy. It is the kinetic energy. So whatever the loss of energy in the potential energy when the object starts to fall towards the ground, that energy is getting converted into the kinetic energy here. That energy is getting converted into kinetic energy here. That is nothing but what? It is Ek here. So loss of Ep is converting into the Ek. Right? So again the object starts to fall, it is going to come at this position. Again there will be loss of potential energy since it is covering this much height. So it left with this much height. So height is again decreased. That means the potential energy of that thing is also get decreased. So what will happen to kinetic energy? So it is covering this much distance, and the speed of that thing is increasing. So that kinetic energy is also decreasing. So up to this point, how much potential energy is lost, that much kinetic energy is gained. Right. At last what happens? The object is going to reach at this downward point to the ground. At this point, what will be the potential energy of that object? It will be 0 since height is equal to 0. Without height, it is not possible that that object is going to get potential energy. So if it is reaching here at this bottom, that means its potential energy is equal to 0. So it is completely lost its potential energy. So that completely lost potential energy is getting converted into the kinetic energy. Getting converted into the kinetic energy. So if we check here at each point, the amount of potential energy is maximum here and the kinetic energy is 0 here. Right? Here the amount of the potential energy is equal to 0, but the amount of the kinetic energy is equal to the same as what? Same as the potential energy. Potential energy. So if you see here we are seeing the loss of energy here? No. But those energy are getting converted into from one form to the another form. So there will be no loss of energy only. There will be no loss of energy only. But we are seeing the loss of energy in the potential energy, but that loss is getting converted into the kinetic energy. So if you check here, in general there is no loss of energy. In general there is no loss of energy, but that energy is getting converted into one form to the another form. So that is nothing but what? It is the law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. So if you see here the statement of the law of conservation of energy, energy neither be created. So the statement here, energy neither be created, energy neither be created nor destroyed, nor be destroyed, nor be destroyed. So neither energy neither created nor be destroyed. They are converted from one form to the another form. Converted from one form to the another form. One form to the another form. So it is not possible that energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It is not possible to create the energy as well as it is not possible to destroy the energy. But what we can do here, we can convert the one form of energy to the another form of energy. That is nothing but law of conservation of energy. And it implies for all the energies. All the energies. So if you check here, say here there is the loss of electrical energy. So where does that loss of electrical energy is getting? So we already know that energy is either created or destroyed. So how here we are destroying the electrical energy here? So here we are not destroying the electrical energy. We are converting the electrical energy into the heat energy. So there is another energy conversion takes place. So the amount of loss of electrical energy in this case is getting converted into the heat energy. So both those things are same only. So it implies the law of conservation of energy. All those things implies the law of conservation of energy. So the amount of fossil fuels we are going to burn, it is going to convert it into the heat energy. The amount of heat energy we are going to consume, it is going to convert it into the mechanical energy. So the amount of mechanical energy which is lost here is getting converted into the electrical energy. So we are not creating as well as we are not destroying the energy, but we are converting one form of energy to the another form. That is nothing but law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. So see here, if you check here, these two things, that is nothing but kinetic energy and the potential energy are nothing but these are the mechanical energy. So those things are nothing but what? Those are known as the mechanical energy. Those things are known as what? Those things are known as the mechanical energy. That is nothing but what? It is the sum of EP plus EK. It is sum of EP plus EK. So both those things are mechanical energy. So EP and EK are nothing but the sum of those things is nothing but it is the total mechanical energy. So you see here, the sum of the total mechanical energy, that is nothing but the total potential energy plus total kinetic energy at each point is equal to constant. It is equal to constant. So the law of conservation of energy can be given as law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy can be given as EP plus EK is equal to constant. EP plus EK is equal to constant. The total mechanical energy is equal to constant. So the amount of potential energy lost is equal to the amount of kinetic energy gained. So if you add those things, it is going to become constant. So if you check at each and every point, if you check here, EP is maximum and EK is 0, so it is going to give some value, like it is going to give some values. In the same way at the bottom, EK is maximum, EP is equal to 0. So again it is going to give the same value. So if you check at each and every point, the EP, the kinetic energy and the potential energy, the sum of those things is always constant. So this is nothing but what? It is the law of conservation of energy. It is the law of conservation of energy. So EP plus EK is equal to constant. How we are going to give the EP here? EP is nothing but what? It is the mgh, and EK is nothing but what? It is the half mv square, which is equal to constant. Which is equal to what? It is always going to give a constant value. Constant value. Right. So here the reduction of the potential energy is going to happen. At this point there will be increment of the kinetic energy. In the same proportion, how much potential energy is getting decreased, in the same proportion kinetic energy is increasing. If we add both those things, again we are going to get a constant value. So that is nothing but it is the law of conservation of energy. So in this topic we left with power. Rate of doing work is nothing but power, and we are left with the commercial unit of energy. So about those things we are going to discuss in the next class, as well as we are going to solve some numericals. Up to that point, thank you, take care, stay well, stay home.